Good evening and welcome to Tinker Tailor Soldier Fry here on the mighty Loading Ready Run Video Entertainment Network. This is of course a Let's Try program and I will be your navigator through this, project. It's not a project, it's a Gunpla. We know what it is. This is the third time we've done this. This is why I have this silly hat on. I'm going to take it off now because it's a little bit too warm here in the Crystal Gondola of the main Palatial Studios here in beautiful downtown Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. Hey, folks. Welcome back. As you may or may not know, we've been working on a heck of a Gunpla project for the past, it's been since Desert Bus. Just after Desert Bus is when I picked this kit up, and yeah, it's been going well. As you can see, our large sun is, rotund and long and not fully assembled yet, and that's good because I just realized that just the other day, I might actually want to go ahead and paint this rather than just do the decal system on it. And now that I'm looking at the light here and the way it's reflecting off some of these molds, not mold lines, but mold marks. That might be something to do. So what the heck is Ian doing? That looks like a big hunk of plastic. Well, for those not aware, not too many of you, but if you are, welcome to the program. For those not aware, Gunpla is a... Oh god, there's a word for this. I can't remember it. A concatenation of two words, Gundam and plastic model. And their Gundam being a television program. Why am I explaining all this? I don't know. Let's get into the project, shall we? So yeah, as we'd mentioned previously in the tweets, we've got about halfway through because we're up to the waist here on this. Oh my god, portmanteau. Thank you, Nerd Wonder. I guess it's because I always get it mixed up with portage, which is not a portmanteau, but it's a way of carrying your canoe between bodies of water, kind of like connecting threads of thought. I really should remember portmanteau more. Yeah, we'd managed to build our way up from these chunky feet. I still love the claw-like action of them, all the way up into the waist and I guess you could say gas storage or butt area, which, I mean, goes without saying one way or another. And of course we got the sub-arms in too. So we're going to continue this on. Before anything else, I'm going to open the window because it is a bit warm in here. There we go. Thank you. Really says someone should take this man to the pub. Yes. Well, that's we've also got that ready. Tonight's beer is going to be Fat Tug from the Driftwood Brewing Company here in Victoria. I'm laughing just because I keep forgetting that this just comes in and dominates the frame. We should, again, just a reminder of what kind of a kit we're working on here. Ian partially for scale. It's a large boy. Or, I mean, large lad. Is lad's still gendered. We shouldn't misgender the Gundam. Even though it's not a Gundam, it is still a mobile suit and worthy of checking. Right. So, let's break out the manual and see where we were at here. Right, I've got my stickers separated for easy ignoring. Let's see here. Big back end. And of course we got our first encounter of our favorite explainer text. For explanatory purposes, some images have been omitted. Anyway. Yes, all Gundams are... Okay, let me double check in the mind. Are all Gundams mobile suits? Because I want to say all Gundams are mobile suits, but not all mobile suits are Gundams. Which is fully correct. Also pull that back from the table there so that you're not subject to the moving around of things. There we go. The manual says this is a mobile suit. Yes, I would agree that this is in fact a mobile suit and not a Gundam. Ooh. looking there at Kitarkat, I'm going to pronounce it. Oh god, I can't parse that, but I'm very happy that phonomic forms are valid in this chat monitor that we're using. Okay, so we got the wings on with thrusters that we're going to have to drill out later on to attach the new thrusters later. So we're probably going to have to disassemble this whole thing, which is going to be, I guess, great. 8. Body? Yep, body. Body. We're going to need H and I on the runners now. The man at the store said this is the Robotech you wanted, says Drowsynth. So I always like the word mech, just as a, or specifically mecha, personally. I like having the A in there, because I think it sounds fancier when you add an A to anything. But I specifically like the names of one of the Macross mecha, specifically the Destroids. I think that they were called Destroids both in English and in the Japanese version. But the reason I bring it up is because I always enjoyed the explanation that was given that the reason they're called Destroids is because they are always getting destroyed. Wah, 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 wah. H and I. Okay, so none of these were H or I. Perfect. Back you go. Into the box with you. Let's see here. J. I think I found an H. Oh. You know, now I need to get myself a internship with Bandai. And perfect. Just so that I can live out a lifelong dream of mine, which is to be able to accurately and purposefully quote The Simpsons at work. Specifically, the line, and we'll get to that in a second here when we finish this long walk. Would love to get the job at Bandai Namco's Gunpla factory and just be on the design team for the sprues and to find have a missing piece that hasn't got a place yet, and just to be able to say to my team, put it in H. Wow, that was actually not even worth it for me. Remember, kids, if you're going to reference The Simpsons, only reference seasons 1 through 8. Those are the ones recognized by society as the accepted seasons. And I guess the rest are Simpsons Apocrypha? I'm going to have to, and we'll probably end up putting way too much thought into this later. And we've got our little box, our little container of old sprues. Castle of Toronto, I don't disagree with you there, actually. Simpsons was pretty good all the way up through 10. But that's why it's a hot take, and then why the accepted opinion is seasons 1 through 8. We need to hold our own Council of Verms with Matt Groening and Sam Simon and then the rest of the surviving members of the ownership brigade, or whatever you would call that. And now we need I-20 and I-19, which are conveniently right next to each other. Perfect. Simpsons GT. I'm assuming, Atom Bomb, that is a reference to Dragon Ball GT, which in my mind, at least the Japanese version had a banger of a theme song. Dan Dan is still one of those ones that gets stuck in my head to this day. Dan Dan, something, 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 something. It's been a while. Whoops. Okay, and of course we are using the God Hands, so we need to remember our godly technique of get right up there. Princess Intel, I am. As long as they are getting paid what they deserve, I am all for Futurama coming back. I recall there was an issue around something with Joe DiMaggio, was it? And that seems to have been resolved, so all is well there. Hey, cool! I got a celebrity name right for once. Oh, it's probably because I don't have to associate faces with them. I don't know what Joe DiMaggio looks like, but that's okay. That's his job. As a voice actor, your job is literally for me to not think about what you look like. Wow, Lord Serrano, that is a good graph. Don't know how accurate, but it's good data. John DiMaggio. Okay, damn it, I did get it wrong. Well, too bad there. Art, glad you're enjoying your Destiny 2 rabbit hole, because I'd assume if you weren't enjoying it, you wouldn't still be doing it and wouldn't have to or thank us for that. That goes in that hole, yep, like that. And this goes together like that. Yeah, I guess so. Clink. Okay, so a lot of these are going to get painted over. That one's we're definitely going to want to paint together too. Maybe try and move that. That's a good fit for that that line along the edge there. On the camera, it's almost invisible. Yeah, no, Princess Intel. I also agree that it wouldn't have been the same without the character of Bender, and part of the character is the voice. Hey, why do you think I enjoy the subtitled version so much? Of foreign films is what I mean. H8 and K4. In fact, I was happy to know after reading an article today on season 2 and 3 of Picard, which no spoilers, but I did not know that they were being filmed back to back, which is good, and that apparently season 3 will be the end of Picard. But what I didn't know that made me happy was that they, when they initially pitched the idea to Sir Pat Stew, he gave them a polite turn down and then said, well, I might as well hear what you guys have to say. Hear you out. But it's my understanding, if I turn this down, will the show continue to go on? Will you find someone else to play Picard? And apparently the answer was no. It was Patrick Stewart or nothing for the role of Jean-Luc Picard. So yeah, I'm glad they held that line too. H8. H8? H8. Oh, that's a large piece. Not expecting a large one. All right, let's crack that out the correct way. A bit off topic, but is this kit worth getting? Asks Ark, and the answer is absolutely not. I mean, absolutely yes. I am absolutely in love with this kit, how it's going together, and I absolutely love the machine itself. This is a thing that's dictates my personal Gunpla purchases, but I like to get ships and models that of designs that I like, or feel attachments to because of the work that they're from. That's why I have a small, very small Normandy from the Mass Effect sets. Also a small Argama from Gundam Zeta, but not many other ships. I don't just collect ships because I like the looks. except for the Star Wars X-Wing epic ships. Those I have because they are for my work, which is sometimes streaming X-Wing. Very rarely. But at least I get to say they're for my work. The few seconds we saw of this thing, it looked like a Tachikoma, or yeah, I could see that. This is, I mean, we can flip back to the front here to get a better idea of what they look like. I guess in universe, the cockpit you'll find is just behind the head area there. It slides back. This is about as big as 1.5 regular Gundams. I think, yeah, it's a large lad even within the canon. K4, which was on here. Perfect. What is the tax write-off of an X-Wing set? Well, you know, because it's an asset, it's going to have to depreciate over a few... Yeah, I have no idea. I did not write them off. Mainly because I purchased a lot of them used, and I don't believe you can do that. Guess you gotta have receipts and whatnot. All right, K4. Let's clean that up a bit. One, two. I mean, these are probably not going to be visible in the completed model, so not too worried about that. Math Nerd, I believe it is the Normandy 2, because you can't get models of the Normandy 1 because they're all cowards. But I preferred the first Normandy. I also preferred the sniping action of the first game. So that's me. See, Eblock, that's why it's important to write off your magic cards as assets, because especially if you're specifically only a standard player, because the depreciation on those is just astronomical. Wait, no, they increase in price. Damn it! Which means they become a capital gains issue when you choose to dispose of them. Where did I put Sprue Eye? Did I even have access to Sprue Eye? I'm pretty sure I did. Right here. Good. Gotcha. Oh, Manai, was a Warhammer that used art from the Destroyed Tomahawk? Interesting. Interesting. It's all part of the debacle of Robotech in the Robotech the model series in the UK, matching with Robotech the what do you call it? This one. The television series in the US with Harmony Gold, and of course, all the issues around the Veritex themselves, and of course, the Transformers at the time. Yeah, actually, I always joke about, because I generally, whenever anyone asks me what I want to see out of anime, I tell them more stories about adults doing adult things, and so I'm watching Ryman's Club this season, which is about adults doing adult things, and those adult things being going operating as a salaryman for half the episode and then playing badminton the other half with their coach being voiced by Kazuma Kiryu. It's odd, but boy, I think I'd love to see a one-off OAV of a Legend of Tax Collector or Tax Assessor Jun. This is where a person does have intimate, immediate knowledge of international tax code. It's like, oh yes, I can see where you can write this off this, and have the whole Sakuga in the background, an Itano explosion of or an Itano circus of value, quite literally. Okay, so these are now going to link up. This side up, this side this way. Oh yeah, and we need to get our K4 in there. Okay, yeah, this is a joint. Oh boy. Oh boy, this is some cool engineering here, actually. So that, and that. How? Oh, up there. Good. The little nub goes in here. Oh my god, it's even more articulation, or not. I see. I see. Okay. That's a nice little fit you got. That's a nice little fit you got there. Whew. Here's at least a funny story. Days before I was hired as a staff accountant, eBlock says, they acquired a Canadian company. Everything is a nightmare for a new accountant. Oh god, that sounds terrible. Kushinoki, no, anime about an insurance actuary, like, just that. I would love to see that. There's a... I'm certain I've talked before about Oishinbo, which was... In fact, I'm certain I talked about it last week because... Or, yeah, last Tinker Tailor, because it was either just before or just after. They took all the English subtitles episodes off of YouTube, which really upset me because I was enjoying that. But it's literally just about a food critic. And nothing supernatural about it, but just a lot of knowledge and a lot of surprise and drama around food criticism. Okay, K4 and H6. Okay, so those two. But yeah. Like, and when I say a real life insurance actuary, I don't mean day-to-day stuff. I mean, Columbo style, where you're... The good thing Columbo wasn't mundane television. Places where you can sink your teeth into. That was more of a click than I usually ever want to hear out of these. Ooh. Okay. Yee. Stressful. Shiny and new. Oh, and yes, who would have thought Sony would end up owning a pirate anime site? That was basically the only place to get legalized anime in North America. Symphonic Luna, I am so with you there. Definitely all for more things that are not set in high school. Let's go back to the days when when you could honestly say, you could point at a Japanese animation and say, that's not for children. Okay, that goes in there. Again, in this direction, so that we've got a nice coverage. Or is that the wrong way? No, that seems... Okay, flappy towards the forward. Yes, everything is correct there. Okay. And then this meets up this thusly. Ah, nice. Got one more little nub to just snip off there. Boop. Snoot booped. Okay. God willing, I never have to take this part, because this feels very solid. Those are some good stemmage pieces. Okay. That went together. Next up, 3 sets of nozzles. Okay, these again will be replaced later, but we'll do it anyway. We need KL1, 4. That's J. J. Where is L? Oh, wait, it's probably one of these orange ones. L1, perfect. And L2, 4. Okay, that's L2, good. L1, L2, and K7. And we have K here, haha. Making progress. Clap, 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 clap. All right, and we need to build 3 sets of this. How? We have, unless there's another K runner, which I think there actually might be, now that I think about it. Yes, there is. There's another K runner. Well, there we go. Okay, where are we going here? K7. Let's snip out the first one, a second one, and then a third one. Ooh, that's not good. Ugh. Thank goodness I caught that. Don't want to have to go hunting on my flat on my floor like I was the other day looking for a Teflon ring. More of a Teflon donut, I guess. Was the one of the Teflon bits from an airbrush I was reconditioning. I'm just about ready to get... Ah! Started with that. Cool, cool. Well, we're going to be cleaning those up the rest of the day. Hooray. Right, that looks good. Good there too. You know what, let's just put these over here for now. That's 1. And let's maybe let's bring you right in just for fun. So you can really look at that nipping action. Okay, that looks good. That one's a bit stiff. There we go. Give that the old fingernail. Go. It's not too bad. Again, probably getting painted, so. Yes, we'll have to send out Roomba Ral to take care of all the white debris and red debris and gray debris. No blue, though. Okay. Blue being the red, yellow, white, and blue being the colors of the Gundam. So much so that you can basically show anything you want to Sunrise executives in those colors, and they'll say, yep, you, sir, have got a Gundam. Meanwhile, you could make something look like a Gundam in every other aspect. If it's not in those hero colors. Something off. Okay, I'm doing a little bit of... just a little bit of cleanup there, because otherwise, I'll go absolutely off the rails. Okay, good. Feels better now. Feeling better. We have our three nozzles? Would you say nozzles? I'd say they're nozzles. Thruster cones, I guess, if you want to be correct about it. These are L2s. Wait. L1, 4, and L2, 4. Aha! There we go. These are the 4s. Wait. L1, 4. Yes, because those are L1, 2s. Whew! Figured it out there. Family, yes, I think NTD mode is definitely involved whenever you're dealing with sparkling robots, at least in my opinion, in my experience. Corey and I recently just watched Char's Counterattack. Me for the second time and her for the first time. Boy, I sure forgot about how that movie doesn't care about whether or not you have any effing clue what's going on. And as a person who had a fairly good clue of what was going on, boy, it didn't care if I knew what was going on. Snap says, Ian, what are your thoughts about people buying Gunpla kits just for cosplay / kit bashing purposes? Totally part of the way things work, or pulling needed kits from the community? I would say, no, that is a time-honored... using kits for kit bashing is time-honored within the model-making community. Going way back. If it weren't for kit bashing, then you wouldn't have a lot of the iconic kits that I like the Kobayashi Double Zeta. It's Kobayashi, right? The Double Zetas, the big thick DOMs, those Kondo ones, I believe, as well. Did a few of them. But also you wouldn't have things like, Star Wars ships. I think if anything, what we need is companies to get better about, well, not get better, but find a way at being more efficient about reprints of models. And just completely, embracing the fact that we live in a post-scarcity society, and let's all act like it. Oh, disgusting spectator. The cheese is actually, now that I think about it, yes, we should actually give that a taste in 20 minutes time, because that is ready to go. I believe we've been 1 month out, at least according to the calendar, 1 month out. All right, let's get in here. Frogbomb says Gundam bits could be great for 40k Tau. Yeah. Gunpla gets kits for kit bashing Tau, you say? Well, that is literally actually 2 of my interests crossing over. Specifically the Tau and specifically Gundam. I might now be 1 step closer to trying out the Warham, as it were. Let's insert these. Let's insert these cone sleeves. Okay, there we go. Wait. Good. Last one. It's nice that they've got notches to make sure you've got it in the correct orientation and depth. Oh, Pup Snap. Yeah, no, absolutely. I understand if there are some toxic members of the Gunpla community, because that's a shame, but it happens a lot of places. So yeah, no. If tell me and sent you. All right, we got our 3 thrusters. They go in the back end here now. Which way? Oh, I need to. Oh no. Oh no. Remember what I was saying about hoping that I'd never have to take this apart? Guess who forgot to put this part in the bottom according to this step? So now begins a trying time. Good thing I have the end of this Olfa knife, which I'm going to use as an spudger once I get things coming apart. Okay, this isn't going to be nearly as bad as I thought it was, but oh, that was nerve-wracking. Oh, whew. Okay. So that goes like that. This goes in this direction. Yeah. Yes, on the big, thick axis. Okay. Wow, this part does not mess around. Family spudger is a perfectly cromulent word. Oh my goodness, this goes together a lot tighter now. We didn't forget anything else. No, we didn't. Good. Okay, everything's in there for real this time. Push it real good. New type by day, then at night. Work it up a sweat. Good. Okay, now I can see that that faces downwards because the bottom piece matches the bottom piece. Let's get our thrusters in there. Again, nicely notched for ease of assembly. In fact, actually, I should put it out there that I was thinking of doing a possible kit bash model building night some night when I know that Alex Stacy is of and or Cameron Lauder are available, because I think it would be really fun to get the 3 of us in a room and a pile of some old models and mashing things together in some sort of interesting, fun way. All right, there we go. You will not go to space today. Looking at, ooh, this is an undergated one with some thin stuff. And you want K1. And we only need one of those. No, we need two of those, so we need both K runners. And E4, which I think is going to be red, but I could be wrong. E, C, M, G, oh wait, E. Ah, perfect. Family, the thing is, we've used the term spudger several times on this program before over the years. Look back to just about any iPhone-based repair episode. Okay, we'll make sure we're getting the right one. K1, E4. E4 is the one we want. I am the man at the store, and I say I want E4. Sounds so less good when it rhymes, though, or less authoritative. People in authority don't rhyme enough. Put that out there. Ian, I can't stop watching Initial D. Please help, says Ace of Hearts. Oof. Rough there. Oh wait, E4 is undergated. Yes. Actually, having never seen Initial D myself, I actually don't know how to help you. Also, I'm not sure I'm getting the, oh, these just might be, yeah, these might just be too small to fully bring off with the with the God Hands. So we're gonna have to get the hobby knife out there and just very safely Ah, go. Nice and clean. Rotary sorter. Ooh. I have not seen either of those programs either, so I cannot, I really can't recommend either. Maybe Wing, just because it probably has a little bit, what I'd say is a little bit more cultural relevance over time. But honestly, if you haven't seen it, I would suggest go with Turn A over either of those. Nice Hearts, even when you love Initial D. Yeah, I'm well aware of it, and I've seen many a parody, and I think I maybe even read a couple pages of the manga at one point. It wasn't the right show for me at the right time. I'm sure I need to go back and watch it, though. Okay, and that part came off a lot easier. Still that little bit of residue there, but that'll be fine. Okay, good work. Good work, me. Praise yourself. And K1 and K1. And they are thin, so don't bust it up, they say. They're not that thin. And K1. All right, there we go. Let's just very softly, there we go, and the other side. I have to remember to get these out when we do the painting. Wait, if we follow, or rather, if because I don't think I'm going to be, well, who knows? Who knows what will happen? But this assembly will happen in reverse order of the manual, as is intended. Just thinking I might actually move myself. Nope, that's something else entirely. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Nope, that's why I can't do that. Dang it. The bug's over there. Oh well. All right. Let's just insert. Popular 80s OVA anime assemble insert. I think it was an OVA. I know that there was something from the early 90s called Assemble Insert, and I'm beginning to wonder if it's even remembered to this day. Dang, that looks good. Pew, pew, pew. All right. Everyone loves G Gundam, except Ian. I found it. Fine. But, hey, I can't be right about everything. E1. There is our E bracket. There it is. Need to get that one out of there again anyway. And a little clippy. And this is undergated also on that one that I just clipped. So let's there we go. And let's check our, let's do another close up here. Right. See if I can do this just on camera. So you can see that is just proud of the surface there. Make it line up. Ah! Just the slightest bit of... That blade might need a replacement. This one is fresher, if I recall. There we go. And that just cleans up like that, except for that little mark I left, which I will have to paint over. Rude. Anyway, that comes in like this and connects down here like that. Ah, probably this is some sort of a gorget, I would guess, for this mech. Zip out here. Yeah, I guess the only thing I can say is if you have any tolerance for old animation, you should absolutely watch the original 1979 Mobile Suit Gundam first. Absolutely, without question. If you can't deal with old animation, then start wherever. Start wherever you like. But I'm absolutely coming around to the opinion that there is something special and timeless about that original show. I have to find runner I, because that is the one that has the hoses on it. The hose. It's the very bottom of my runner stack here. There we are. Bring that out. And I-26. It's all on the iRunner! Hurrah! I don't have to go bouncing around. 27. Let's get you freed from your plastic prison. From the other side. Pew! Pew! And you as wells. Use as well. You. 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 Still got it attached that side. All right. There we go. Yeah, Symphonicalita. That's Legend of Galactic Heroes is one of those shows that it will continue to age well, so don't feel like you need to put that in your aisle right now. Like Princess Intel, it's actually not even, I think it's 100 and some odd if you count all of the spin-offs, not counting the Dainu Thesis, the remakes. Like it's, when you compare it to something like, 5 seasons of Game of Thrones or 7 seasons of Next Generation or something like that, you don't need to be watching the same thing all the time. All the time. You can take breaks and watch other things. And when you consider that that was a series that came out on videotape, usually like 2 or 3 episodes per tape. Not even 2 or 3, sorry, 1 or 2 episodes per tape, at something like a couple $100 a tape. But because it was a OVA series produced that way, it kind of made sense. And the only thing normal about length, or the only thing normal about the length of a anime series is how many cool it has. And even that can vary. Yeah, I have also, Earth and One, been, it was novel when things started shifting to 13 episode series a lot faster in the early 2000s, but I would like a few more long form series where I can see character growth over a long period of time, please. It's kind of one of the reasons why I like Universal Century Gundam so much, is because you get to see a lot of the characters from the first series age and change over the course of 20 to 30 years. Over the course of different series, though. But if you consider it one series, the Universal Century, then it kind of makes sense that way. All right, these go in here, I guess. Yeah, like that. And then other hose goes in there. Oh, and this is a perfect fit. So let's not jam on this too hard. Wait, what? So this goes. Oh, this thing goes under this way? No, it doesn't. Then what is even happening here? Okay, so this clicks in like this. Doesn't need to go push down. Oh, yep. There we... Oh, wow. Nice. Whew, okay. And then this goes in here, and we're not going to push it too hard, just in case we want to get it out of there. Okay. Let's move those hoses around there so they're in the right direction. And then this just goes up in there, and that's a perfect fit. Okay. And then we'll clip that last piece of sprue off, because we're definitely doing everything in the right order today. And then we'll have to clean that up in the future. Like right now. Ace of Hearts, what Gundam asks, what Gundam show is this Gundam from? This Gundam, or this mobile suit, is from a manga of the novelization, or rather the alternate universe novelization of Char's Counterattack, called Beltorchka Children, which makes significant changes to the, or rather, has significant changes from the Char's Counterattack story. Yeah, very deep cut for a mobile suit, Ace of Hearts, but it's one of my favorites, actually. Yeah, it is, in essence, a super Sazabi, and definitely, I would say, the superior of the two in terms of aesthetic design. IMO. But I know a lot of people love that Sazabi, and it's not a bad suit. It's just not... It's not the Nightingale. Okay. This gets jammed in here now somehow. It's got to be more than that. It's up like that? Yeah, it's okay, it's just up there. It's held in there. Nice. Ah, yes, Pengu. Yes, this is the one that goes up against the Hainu Gundam. Yes, that's right. Beltorchka's Children was the manga. Gundam High Streamer is the novelization, or the prior proto-novel of Char's Counterattack. There we go. Whew. Now we've got it. Now we've got the chronology set up right. Hey, we're gonna have to take a short break here because it's that time of the clock. Well, sorry, that's that configuration of the clock representing time to us humans in a easily readable visual medium. Don't go away. We'll be right back. But you, like I, am going to get up, stretch your legs, swap your fluids, and do what you need to do for round 2. Don't go all the way away. Hey, folks, we are back with more Tinker Tailor Soldier Fry here on the mighty Loading Ready Run Video Entertainment Network. My name is Ian Horner, and we are building the Nightingale, the MSN-042 Char's personal use mobile suit, Nightingale, from Beltorchka's Children manga version of the Gundam High Streamer finale to the, at that time, Universal Century arcs, or at least the end of Char Aznable. Or was it? Friends, we are in an exciting point here because we get to turn the page and encounter advertisements. God damn it. Ooh, large abdominal mega particle cannon. That's the part that we're... Oh, there he is. Yep, you can just see it inside the little hole. Ah, and then just break everything. So we've gotten to the point where we now get to see the ads in the middle. What other cool stuff is in here that's worth talking about? The Beam Tomahawk, which could have just called it the Beam X or something else, but that's fine. A large mega beam rifle is actually just a cool ass looking gun. hidden arm. It's a subarm, come on. And yeah, the large abdominal. Are you planning on doing funnels for this kit, asks Rotary Sorter. If I can get a hold of a funnel kit, I would love to. Right now, I've actually just got the metal kit to come on later, which will metal up the funnels, which will be nice, but we'll see. Yeah, it's basically a case of if I can track one down, I'll absolutely throw one on there because love seeing the funnels just etano off the wings. Really cool. Is there non-genre anime, the literature of anime family? Absolutely, I think there is in a lot of places. Where were we going with this? Like, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. Like, Yokohama Garishi Kaido is, while it's technically genre science fiction, I think it breaks out of that line there. Oishinbo, I would absolutely say is not a genre piece. That's contemporary, definitely contemporary watching. Yawara probably as well, unless you're considering that sports genre. I would just consider those. You can have TV shows about sports that aren't sports shows. Or am I wrong there? C1. Let's get back to the sprues. Rather than debating about media, we're here to cut things off of plastic and put the plastic together in new configurations. C. We're gonna need our K's too, so let's not get too happy with throwing things back into the box. But I did manage to find C here. Yeah, Ace of Hearts, I would call Yuri on Ice is more of a romance than it is a sports series. Oh God, Princess Intel, I would. It's always tough with Japanese animation because it does have a lot of people who are very very vocal about their love of things, but it's when it comes down to it, it's just visual entertainment. It's just filmmaking. It just happens to be animated. So, hey, we finished another sprue. We can toss this in the melty pile for later. In fact, I should actually take out that other one, which can be tossed in the melty pile for later. D as well. Aha! Okay, and these are undergated. Wait, did I get... Yes, C1 and C6. Both undergated. I got a little bit happy there with this de-spruing, and we need K2 and K2 from the K series to make it another really terrible anime joke where we're about to get our K on. K, and is this the other K? Is the other K. Good Ks. Lysander, no, we are not going to be converting sprues into 3D printer material. We will be converting them possibly into sprue goo for hole filling. We might also use them for greebling or for pulling apart to make antenna or whatnot. But yeah, there's use for sprues, and it's important to have good. It's important to have the colors right when you're working with mixing plastics together. Where was I? K2. K2 and K2. Let's click through there. Good. And yes, I too would describe Princess Tutu? No, Princess Tutu. Sorry, I'm getting my series from the times mixed up. Yes, I would certainly call Yuri on Ice one of the gayest anime there is, if not for the existence of Revolutionary Girl Utena, which I think still might hold the crown, but does require a lot of content warnings for people. And I think that's one of my least favorite things, if I can just talk metatextually about anime for a second. It's one of my least favorite things about Japanese animation and recommending it to people is because people people with a lack of familiarity about the medium and about Japanese media in general tend to have this idea of what Japanese animation is, and that, just because something's going to look a certain way, it's going to be bubbly and easy, or and not realize that, oh, there can be some very dark undertones and also overtones and just tones everywhere, even though it is pastel painted and beautiful. Which reminds me, I need to go back and watch Brother Dear Brother too. I've had that sitting in my to-watch list for too long. I think it might, once I finished Gundam, it might finish original Gundam. Let's be clear. Once I finish original Gundam, it might be time to embark on the great in culturing, like, once again. Ah, these undergated parts are just giving me no end to the difficulties today. I hope I didn't do anything specifically wrong to my god hands. I think I might just be off on my technique today. But we can always clean up with the hobby knife, if need be. Let's zoom in a bit there again. This is the content we're here for, quite frankly. Alrighty. Alrighty, that's a good clean piece there. Happy with that one. Oh no. Princess made the mistake of going into lane blind with your dad. That could result in some very interesting conversations, depending on how open your father is to new experiences. One of my first experiences with anime was when my parents went on a vacation together and left my brother and I home with my grandmother. And we got to rent some movies. And this was back in the early 90s. So there wasn't much available at all. We mainly just rented Robotech whenever we get the chance and see those cool things. But then we decided, let's check out one of these other Japanese cartoon section VHSs. Let's watch this Ranma 1/2, whatever that is. And let me tell you, getting to see your first anime shower scene with your grandma in the room ain't exactly the best way to do that. Luckily, she was a real good sport about it, and because we didn't know what we were getting into. Like, we were, she could absolutely tell that my brother and I were like, what the hell is going on here? Oh my god. Are we ever going to be able to rent movies again? So, yeah. It went well. And then I think because we managed to get two, my brother chose Ranma 1/2, and I think it might have been that time that I first saw Castle of Cagliostro, and I hadn't put it together that it was Lupin. No, I hadn't gotten into that until after I came back from Japan. So that would have been 1990. That would have been post 96. Anyway, I remember specifically because I saw my first mini in a cartoon, or specifically in an in-store VHS ad for Lupin III, and I think it was The Mystery of Mamo at the time. And I saw this little car, I'm like, what the heck is that? That car is really cool. I want one of those cars. And so I had to find out from my host family what this cartoon was, first of all, so that I could ask that, okay, great, if I can find the cartoon, I can find the car. And solve backwards from there. That was a hell of a thing. These go pointy side front, and then this side front. So, and where do these connect to? Oh, I see. Okay, so these are going to go on these little bits here in the little sections. Good. And then we put it in there. Bingo, bango, bongo. All right. Ooh, yeah, we should probably also, as it states there, connect the who's and the other who's back to there. And then we attach that to there. Nice click out of 3. And then that side. Okay, that'll come apart nice, just fine. And there we go. Starting to come together. Oh, Lysander, yeah, this model is not messing around. Ugh, okay. I mean, here's the thing, Symphonic Lolita. I would say that when you say children, okay, let's make this very clear for those who don't have the chat. Symphonic Lolita says, I think the most interesting Western anime consumption thing is growing up and realizing how much of Sailor Moon is very much not for children, and yet they played it on children's TV stations all the time. I would agree, not for children, but for preteens and up, I think that is well, I don't think so. That is exactly the market, at least the Japanese market, that the show is aimed at. And certainly brings up some very relevant questions and situations relevant to kids, about to enter junior high or in junior high. I think one of our problems in North America is the sanitization of children's programming. It's not to say that children need to be exposed, that I think children need to be shocked and exposed to adult situations at all times, but I think that we do need to realize that children are capable of thinking and understanding and crafting good programming for them. Someone who's seen it, Simon Shark says, as someone who has been a Doctor Who fan since age 4 outside North America, you always get shows without the same target age demographics you always have here. Yeah, that's exactly, like, again, Doctor Who, children's programming. These parts ask, hey Ian, could an RX-7 FC3S make it to the Yukon on the RoadQuest route? Get big tires and push your suspension up, and you'll probably be fine. Like we didn't have, aside from the Hell Road and places where we turned out, there were not any non-paved in relatively decent shape sections of that route, and I would absolutely go with it. Or I'd absolutely recommend doing it if that's something you're interested in doing. There's a lot of interesting stuff on there, but do plan your route. I thankfully got to have a producer do that for me. So if you can swing that deal, that would be ideal. This is the right one, right? I1, yes, I1. Perfect. Rotary Sorter, yeah, it says Sailor Moon villains always had the most silly, sexy outfits. That was mostly during, you can mostly thank director Kunihiko Ikuhara of the pre-mentioned Utena for that reason. He really likes his, I want to say challenging visual imagery. But yes, everyone, everywhere. Always remember, never forget Avatar: The Last Airbender as examples for children's programming that are really, really good, and just good works, not just good children's work. Oh, no, agreed, Symphonic Lolita. It was absolutely a lot darker than you think it was. Like, I'm getting the same feeling watching Gundam right now. That, especially, it was a bit sanitized for the movies, which came out later, but as a children's TV show from 1979, I did not expect it to be nearly as dark as it is, and I absolutely would not recommend that it be shown to children today, because we know that a lot of things in there are actually traumatizing. But yeah, it's definitely less difficult. Ace of Hearts, if you're planning on breaking down, then I would absolutely not take a rotary engine up north. If you're planning on breaking down, don't take anything up north. Just rent a truck. That's the best option for it. If you can guarantee that you'll be able to have that RX-7 make it there and back in one go, or have a better yet, a trailer full of parts and a pit crew with you, even better. That is would be my suggested method of really going on any road trip. Yep. Anyway, where was I going with that? We're going in all sorts of directions here. Yeah, Sailor Moon was is such an important show for how much influence it has over anime, not just in the magical girl genre, but over anime as a whole. Not to mention, she's been tapped to finish the Hunter x Hunter manga for her husband. Let's not forget about that. Nako Takeuchi. That was a tweet that I think I retweeted today, but the bizarre headline that said, and I don't remember the guy who created Hunter x Hunter, what his name is, but this guy taps creator of Sailor Moon to finish his manga. I'm like, you could just say that it's Nakano Takeuchi, one of the luminaries of manga, and also wife of this man, but no, we're just gonna gloss over that, because why would that matter? You had no idea until today, random trivia, that they were married? Very cool. Yeah, no, I'd known for a while, and I think it's super cool to see that sort of husband and wife, not team, but same industry type thing. She's got her thing, and he's got his things, and now her things are now, or his things are now her things. Oh, Yu Yu Hakusho. Sorry, thank you. Got that wrong. Wait, which one am I correct and wrong here? Sorry. Yeah, the two of them are just, they're kind of like Rumiko Takahashi together, in that Rumiko Takahashi is such a gigantic force. And also just a badass. Okay. Got these two cleaned up and ready to go together. This direction. Like that. Yes. Yes. Maybe. No. Perhaps. Yes. It goes in like... Man, this is tight. Oh, because I've got it backwards. There we go. Princess Intel, in Japan, let me put it to you this way. If you'd like to know how Sailor Moon is remembered in Japan, a couple of years ago, I think it was Docomo, did a series of ads, all live action, that were featured, that featured Usagi Tsukino is a grown woman running a bar that I think Astro Boy shows up to, and Doraemon as well. It's super nostalgic for the Japanese as well, because it's such a classic show. I would say that it's probably in terms of influence, just in terms of notability, general well-likedness, and influence on the genre itself. It's probably equivalent to Sex and the City. TBH. Okay. H12. Just in terms of being big, universally known, pretty much universally well regarded, and influential on everything that came after it. Sorry, I got too busy talking. Well, I should have been looking at looking for H. G. J. Oh God, I'm turning into Hans Moleman. E. I. L. H. Okay, H3. Wait, H12. H12, all the way at the bottom here. Okay, it's that down there. 12, and then this is going to go on top of that there, so we just got to trim this here. Now I'm just checking up on the chat here with you all. Ooh, good news, Tamley, on a place farther than the universe. That is, I understand, a fantastic series. Okay. Well, that goes there. Then this. Ah, okay, good. Things are going to connect. Goes down. Thusly. Okay, none of these parts snap together, so that's good. But I'll have to be very careful when taking that apart. I'm not going to push it all to get all the way together, just because, again, I'm realizing I am going to need to take these things apart. But, good. Cool. This thing is looking rad as hell. Except that's an abdominal orifice, I guess. I guess. Hey, guess what? It wants stickers. Guess what I'm not going to put on? Stickers. Ever again. A1. A is one of the white spurs, I believe. Which we're going to need M's in a second, so I'm going to take those out and place them here. Everyone get turned upside down. A4 and A5. Perfect. This is A1, right? Yes, because A1, A2, and then self-evident. All right, let's get those out. Click and click and click and click and click. Okay, 4 on my left, 5 on my right. Let's not forget that. Go. Goodbye. Last one of you. Great. And then same. Let's give you a few. These are pretty tiny little friends. Very easily clip right through that, which would be a problem. Thankfully, I didn't. All right. So 4 goes on this side. It slides in like that. And then this one slides in like this. I'm not putting it all the way in because of reasons. In fact, okay, no, this will come out with the top. Good. I was worried that this would somehow be locking this whole set top and bottom together, but no, that this piece of gray is attached to this top piece. So that's just a guidepost, not actually a plastic lock, which is something I would do now that I thought about it. Dang, still looks... I do love that that is a contrast piece there. Ooh, 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 ooh. One of my favorite needless detail pieces whenever you get a piece of circular... I want to say any circular form on a mecha definitely has to have a 45-degree angle flash through it. See also the Patlabor logo. Oops. There we go. M. Build 3 sets of the M's. Good thing we got these over here. So we need M1 or M1 and M1 and M24 and M24. Okay. 1 4 1 4 1 4 1 4. Oh, there's enough of them. There's just enough. It's not one of those situations like the thrusters where I feel like we actually got one more than we needed. But we'll never know. 1 and 4 together. Yeah, so many teeny pieces combined with detailed modeling, or little scribing on them. I've said it before and I'll say it again, but yeah. Soft plastic modeling has come a long way from your granddad's models. Spitfires. Mind you, those Spitfire models still exist and are still just as terrible to build today sometimes. But on the cutting edge of injected plastic modeling, the Bandai Corporation certainly has some very, very good tech. There we go. Oop, just a bit more sprue there. Good. Okay, let's put that back as well. Has Ian ever used a jeweler's glass for any of these? Where is my loop? I actually had it out here, not specifically for Gundam use, but for another project I was working on at the time. Yes, I have a jeweler's loop actually within arm's reach right now. It's just somewhere around here. All right, there we go. Yeep. There we go. We want to get parallel with the tank. Cut through things with the least surface area. Do so as flush to the plastic edge as is possible. Look at that. Much better. Imagine a Gunpla where I had to manually install all the rivets on the body. Yes, please, give to me. That is something I would like to do. Especially if it came with a tiny riveting tool. All right. Fine. Just fine. Everything's fine here. How are you? Go. Oh. Okay, what's that one? That one. Thrill as Ian builds long propane tanks. These probably aren't propane tanks. I'm guessing hydrazine probably, but woo! This feels like thruster propellant. If you've seen any sort of a space mech anime, you absolutely know that they burn through the propellant. All right. Okay, those I'm absolutely going to want to sand down a bit before we end up coating that. Ugh. Hubris. But this is a let's try. I have never... I have done Gunpla before. I've never tried to do Gunpla well before. New anime idea, accountant for a Gundam operation. I Actually, symphonically, that kind of falls into one of the Gundam side story mangas about the development of the Zeon mobile, the Zaku mobile suit. I do believe they deal with the funding around that too. Yeah. And now we install the propellant tanks in the 3 butts. Here we go. And now we have enough farts for days. Pew. Like this by itself, I'd almost want to, if I were a kit basher, I'd love to start with just this and turn it into some sort of a fighter aircraft. But yeah. Clunk. I mean, now it stands quite nicely. It's got a launch pad. It might go to space today. Okay. Let's see here. We have a number of pages left. So there's absolutely no chance that we are finishing tonight. But I think maybe what we'll do is we'll continue on. We'll finish up the arms. Yeah, we'll get the arms attached. And maybe the head. And call it there. So yeah, let's continue on. Have a quick sip here while we do. Ude arms. Okay. M12 or M2. We're back on our M's. Here. M25 and M26. These are going to be our cloth bits. I've seen some kits where they actually use cloth for these sort of joint covers, and unfortunately, there's just something about the visible weave patterns not being scaled correctly. That to me, despite it being, I guess, considered a quote-unquote premium material, just doesn't look quite right. I think I've only ever seen them on Pat Labor Ingrams before, though, too. Okay, good. We got that, and then we're gonna need. Oh, yeah. M2 7. Ooh, to the man, 7. Dr. Wily's theme doesn't go with everything, but slaps way harder than it should. What if we mashed it up with Guile's theme? I would be curious to hear what that would be like. Okay. Pull forward toward us. Hold one back. Yes. Yes. Other side like these. Yesy, please. Ooh, actually, that's not half bad for a fabricy looking elbow joint. Unobseptium absolutely probably has the same video / song in their head that I do it right now with the Dr. Wily's castle theme. Was that a jam project, or was that just a 2chan thing in general? Sorry, not 2chan. Sorry, Nico Nico Doga. Other Japanese video sharing sites are available. There we go. Let's just clean that up there right now while we've got the knife out. There we go. Looking good. Looking very good, I'd say. And then we've got these other ones to deal with here. I miss the old ways of getting video when you'd log on to someone's hotline server and just download the weird MPEG clips they had available. Found so many. I think that was actually how I was introduced to Bad Apple, the old Toho video. So I look up and I see Princess Intel asking, the only way it could have been more meta is if they made a TV series about adapting a successful manga to TV series. So, Princess Intel, are you familiar with Shiro Bako? Because, yeah, I couldn't believe, A, that was a, I mean, once you put any thought, lack of disbelief into it, it becomes readily apparent that, oh yeah, no, of course this exists as a show. And then it turned out that it was really, really good. You know, and then of course, the whole question of like what can't be turned into an anime just got absolutely destroyed as a valid question the minute the television series, the animated television series, The Great Passage came out, which is about a team of people who make a dictionary. Yep, they're a dictionary editing team. Which is not something I was aware was a thing, and damn. 5 years to put together a dictionary. Seems like a really good, time, a good gig and a good time. You need 2 G1s. Or 1 G1? Okay, so this is just the one arm. Good. Okay, good. Ah, good. Thank you, the Maricat. I had no idea that was the meme name of that video. And thanks for filling in Atom Bomb on that. So happy to see people discovering The Great Passage and putting that at the top of their list. Hell Heather would approve as well. As would Corey, as would Beach. I mean, we all have good taste in anime. Some of us also have terrible taste, in addition to having good taste, but it is possible to have both at once. There we go. Okay. Now we've got this one, which goes like this, and the big point on G1 goes down into there, and now we have an, I guess I want to say, proto-elbow? Sure. Okay, now we need G3 and G4, also on the G gates. Rock Pusher, yeah, Beach and my anime tastes don't always align, but when they do, they are very good generally. Yee! I did not expect that to be just the 3 pieces. Thanks. Gunpla. Gunpla. Okay. Let's clip from the bottom. Undergate. God, I wish I remembered the lyrics to Underdog in any way. I can remember the general the general sound of the cover version from the Saturday morning cartoons punk rock cover album. But all I can remember from it is the underdog, underdog, ooh, underdog, underdog, speed of lightning, roar of thunder, fighting all who rob or plunder, underdog, ooh, underdog, underdog, and then, cue more punk rock. Ooh. Sorry, I'm looking at here. Girl from the other side. C for control. Or the money's. Oh, yes, yes. Yeah, I have not heard about that anime in years, and wow. Also, hadn't thought about Noitama, the Noitama slot in years as well. I remember my first anime from that was Honey and Clover, which, by the way, if you're looking for an good series about university students, very, very good series. Extremely heartbreaking, but I guess that's just the Noitama slot. God, why do I keep doing everything there? If I move that here, then I can clip into that. Good. I'm a bad streamer. Okay, so we have now also a need for M213 and M113 and K3. That's the G. So we need M1 and M2. M113 and M213. So this is M213. Ah! And M3 or M113. There we go. Now we know. recall, says Princess Intel, No Tamina was originally pitched as the anime blog for people who didn't usually watch anime, primarily women in their early 20s or in their 20s. Wow. Yeah, so that's that explains why I was such a big fan of that time frame as well. Not that I was a woman in my early 20s, but that I was in my 20s in Japan at the time. Didn't like most anime that was currently being broadcast, and definitely knew that I preferred shows in Japan that were aimed at women for the most part. Interesting that would work for me too. Duani asks, how am I enjoying the build so far? And the answer is quite a bit. This one is a lot more than a lot more involved than I thought it was going to be. But I have been loving the hell out of it. Aha, there's another G. That's why I was confused. I keep forgetting that this is not a back piece or a shield. That is one of two wings that we are to be putting on this large friend. No, Princess Intel, your knowledge of the industry is welcome and appreciated here, actually. Because I often am lost in terms of industry-specific things, but especially having a... I like to think of the chat as the Senate, the Canadian Senate, mind you, the House of Sober Second Thought, as we refer to it. Or sorry, maybe I should clarify. What I like to think of chat is as the concept of the Canadian Senate, a House of Sober Second Thought. But suit is about a third of the size of a battleship. It is quite large. Okay, there's just the one... No, there's triple undergate. Okay, I think I need to... Yeah, double my undergate game. Okay, there's one. Are you going to get the high new RG Gundam that's the suit's counterpart, Nuanias? I don't think so. At least I hadn't thought about it. I'm not a big fan of the new / high new Gundam. Bit more of the high new, but not really all that much. Felt that the high new was actually a bit of a... I mean, it's a safe design, but you kind of have to be when you're designing the hero Gundam for Amuro effing Ray. Kind of has to be... It has to look like a Gundam. You can't have it too out there. Char was lucky. Char was lucky because he got all the interesting suits later on in the... and wasn't afraid to mix things up. Oh, the high new from a building experience was incredible. Good to know, okay. Indicaz, yes, are we going to melt down all the little cutoffs and make something? We're considering it. At least by color. I'm considering keeping them around for sprue goo in case I want to try and remove a connection line later on. Okay, so these go together like this. These go together like this. Right, I need one more of the pauldrons. Or collars, or whatever I'm calling them, the G1, because I'm doing everything double here because they're arms. Normal primary arms, not sub-arms, let's be clear. I hate sometimes you need to be clear about that. Okay. Duwani, yeah, the aquatic suits are really quite interesting. The Gundam one, or the Xeon one specifically. I've just recently passed over the attack on Jaburo in the original series, and so getting to see the Gok, the Zagok, and the Goog and the Gelgoog for the first time. Uh-oh, is Princess Intel linking to Katakano? Because I didn't know that was on YouTube if it is. And, nope. I just got linked to something else. Why did I push that button? But yeah, that was, which way are we going here? Gotta make sure it's the right direction. Okay. Turn. Point towards... Aha! Point towards elbow to cover up the joint as much as possible. Very well done, people. Duwani says I would kill for a original series Gundam remake in the style of Gundam New Origin. Yeah, a lot of people would like that, but I somehow doubt that's gonna happen while Tomino's alive. Just feels like he'd be a little bit upset about that. Okay. And K3 is the last thing we need. Where's my K runner? G-E... I was almost on top of this. Aha! K! You're coming with me. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. He keeps his gun in his leg. Gun comes out of the leg. Game changed. RoboCop. K3. And put that back and grab another K3. Yeah, no, I was getting a little ahead of myself when I saw the link posted because it was I'd seen some animation critiques of some stuff from Katakano today on my timeline, and it was fresh in my mind. And that's available to watch on YouTube for free, legitimately. That's something I need to point people towards because I unfortunately didn't get to finish watching Katakano because I was convinced by my girlfriend at the time that it wasn't that good. And so we shouldn't continue watching it at Anime Club. And I, of course, like an idiot, was going to Anime Club for the socialization and talking with people rather than watching the anime. So... Let's see here. Okay, we've got everything we need. So let's do one of these. So these go together. Pointy. We want this to go down like this. Bring that up there. This gets just put in there, in that slot area. Yeah, good, good. And then we have one of these balls going down like thus. And then we just cap it off, I guess. Cool, 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 cool. Wrong side. There we... What? Wait. Aha. There we go. There we go. So they're the group that had, with the anime club that almost had a civil war over watch versus drop debate with Kino's Journey or someone else's. That may have been Beej's... No, wouldn't have been Beej's anime club, because Beej ruled over his anime club with an iron fist in terms of scheduling. And it wouldn't have been Baka, because we weren't showing Kino's Journey while I was still there, or he was there with me. So probably someone else's. Oh, that hurts, Duani, not being able to get your anime club past the first episodes of Gurren Lagann. Because once you've got that done, you've got momentum forever. And Simon Irk, yes, I am also aware that the manga is better than the anime for Katakano. All right. Good. One more piece on the gated arm, and it's G2. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, we're going to take a short break because need to do that. I've been getting too into assembly. Get up, swap your fluids, do what you need to do. We'll be back in just a few for a bit more of the Gunpla action. Don't go all the way away. Hey, folks, we're back building our Gunpla model. I'm never sure what terminology to use for people who may or may not understand the, well, first of all, what Gunpla means, and then I'm never sure how much to explain it and how much to leave as an exercise to the viewer. But yeah, we're building a big old plastic model or robot. We're having fun doing it. We're gonna put the arms on, and I did find the loop. It was underneath the, it was underneath my keyboard the whole time. So now you'll find that I'm upside down. Ooh, hello. Yeah, it's a pretty good one actually. I'm not sure what the magnification is, but it's enough to show me the mistakes that I've made and make me regret choices in my life. Where were we? We had these things. Now we needed a G2 from both of our G parts runners. So let's get ourselves a G2, everyone. Ian reporting in from the upside down tonight. Yeah, that's gonna get a new season of that pretty soon, aren't we? Interesting how quickly terms like, well, the term the upside down kind of filtered into colloquial speech. There we go. All right, let's clean up those sides. This is undergate. So we're gonna clean up the undergate. Am I just not getting it flat enough? Is that what's going on here? I absolutely have not bent my my god hands. I don't think that they need any adjustment, so they're probably not dulling, but who can say? That said, I'm all in for doing cleanup with a knife because it's a skill I should have. Skycash, so some of them, yeah, I like to cut broadly and then trim flush Does it clean up? But these ones are special because they're undersprued, which means they leave the side nice and clean because the plastic connects to the hidden side. Now, you may say, Ian, didn't you mean connects to the hidden fortress? And I would say, well, that's not how I remember it, but that's a different story. Let's try one more time. Get nice and... Yeah, you can see it. It's just leaving that little bit over the edge there. See, there we go. That was a good one. It's almost invisible and absolutely invisible from the outside, he said, with a visible line. There we go. Too many knives? You better believe it. You got Rashomon. Got a Rashomon on him. And one last one there. Beep. Oh, come on. If I can feel it catch, I'm upset. There we go. And then just around the edge. There we go. Nice and clean. And no caffeine. Oh, okay. Good, good. Ah. That's a good stretch. There we go. Oh my gosh, Guitar Cat, you were welcome to the no faint surprise, but welcome to the today's lucky 10,000, I guess, for the bucket list, starring what? No, not Nicolas Cage. The Wolfman one, the guy who's a werewolf. Why do I think he's a werewolf? Because he was in that movie. Scent of Jack Nicholson. Thank you, Goag. Oof, okay, good. Got there. Don't have to describe my thought process about who Jack Nicholson reminds me of anymore. Oh, this is well thought out here. I want to point this out. So here's one of the areas where the sprues left a bit of a mark. Haven't cleaned it up yet, but that part is neatly covered by the next part that goes in, so it covers any shoddy work you might have. This is a well thought out model. I'm impressed. Good work. Okay, so we've got what I guess are the forearms here. Next up we need, okay, specifically right arm. So now we need to make a decision as to which one of these is the right arm and which one of these is the correct arm. M, we need to get our M's. So we can deal with just M1 now. And we're about to, oh my gosh, folks, we're about to clear out another one of these sprues, I think. So the 9, the 8, and the 14, yep, that's a sprue. That's an entire sprue. And boom goes something. I don't know, dynamite. That's usually what people explode, right? Where did I put my sprue? There we go. In behind. Guitar Cat saying my friend told it to me as Mandela effect thing, but I only have faith in humans just forget things. Yeah. I find it interesting. I'm gonna have to go back and look at a few more examples, but you know how things from what we consider, well, not what we consider, things from movies catchphrases and whatnot becoming actual parts of cultural parts of the culture. Things like bucket list and Kleenex. No, not Kleenex. And not even, I mean, I guess it is, a lot of them are catchphrases too. Like the one that's riding high in my head right now is "Show me the money," and I can't even remember. It took me a few minutes to think about what movie that actually is from, Jerry Maguire, but I couldn't tell you what the preceding or the next line of that film was before or after "Show Me the..." In fact, I can't even tell you what the context of "Show Me the Money" was, as this is not a call to be reminded, but... And also, I have not seen The Bucket List, the film. Okay. So these go together. Ah! Points out front. This side in front. And then thusly. Other side up. There we go. Okay, I think it's easier if we do it from the other side and put this on first. And then match up the small points there. There we go. Now let's do a little bit of cleanup there. Yeah, I'm not. This isn't specifically the Mandela effect. What I'm talking about here. This is just the transference of from popular culture into culture, because we live in an interconnected society. So I was thinking about this in terms of mass sporting events specifically. Because everyone likes to think of mass sporting events as shared cultural moments, and I completely disagree with that, based on the fact that I have never felt any connection with any sort of sporting on any level, and I'm certain that there are other people out there like that, to which that means that there is a huge disconnect between what the concept of a shared cultural moment is. Okay, so that goes that way. This connects thusly. Ow! Everything twists terribly. And then we connect the arm up here into that hole. Again, that can be... Ooh, nice. Nice side there. And then we need I-17 and I-5. Ooh, that's a good looking arm for a right arm. Where's my eyes? Where are my eyes at? Yell at me if you're my eye. Which I guess honestly is what was that? Raised by Wolves episode season 1 episode 13. I mean, so yeah, I see that Guag, I think we all participate in dominant culture. Even I indirectly, when Sandra Gottstoff says, sometimes you don't worry about the rules, just watch folks run around and watch scoreboard go up. I don't. I have no connection and no interest, no knowledge even. I could not tell you who won the Super Bowl or who was involved in it, or even when it happens. I get surprised when the Grey Cup or the Stanley Cup shows up in my newsfeed. I'm like, wait, that's now? That happens now? Is that normally when it happens? Oh, okay, we have to select a part to attach. Well, let's go, Let's go Holdy Fist. Yeah, right. I want a right-handed gun. So I-17 and I-5. $17 and $5. Okay, good. Oh, Symphonic Lita. When I went to Japan on my first cultural exchange in '96, I met a girl who from Indiana who had never heard of the Beatles, which was an interesting one. Yeah, I think any idea of any assumption of shared culture is dangerous and divisive, because that means that people are part of the inside culture and the outside culture. Because if you're not with it, then you're not with it. Then you're not with it. Then what's it changes. And suddenly you're not with it anymore. And what is in is weird and strange. I butchered that quote, and but you know what? If you didn't know it was a quote, you wouldn't have even thought so. Don't even worry about it. Princess Intel, I might be having having an event. Is the Heisenberg Trophy the Heisman? I don't know. Isn't what? Why is Heisenberg related to football at all? Is that how we're supposed to tell how football events happen? Like, I was going to make a joke about, don't you mean the Heisman Trophy? But then I'm like, wait, I'm not sure that they do. And also, like, there you go. That's, what do I know about the Super Bowl? I know it's the Heisman Trophy, but that's it. And I only know about that because of a podcast about advertising that I listened to, or might stop listening to, because they've certainly gotten pretty damn capitalist in the past couple of years in a way that is upsetting to me, but let's not dwell on that. Other advertising-based podcasts are available. Where were we here? Right, now we're on to left arm, because arm successful. M's. We need our M's back on M2 this time, and we're going to clear out yet another sprue. Okay, I'm always happiest when I'm able to cut through sprue material and not hear a thing. That's when I know I'm doing it right. If you hear a click, you're doing something, you're applying force. Too Many Knives got it. Under the Influence. Sorry, Princess Intel, 99% invisible would have been a Roman Mars joke I made a couple weeks back. I think probably on a Jackbox stream, but do enjoy me every now and then, some 99 PI, but haven't kept up with them. Never had the time to officially add it to my podcast schedule. That's a high bar for me. If you're in my podcast subscriptions and in my what I call the usual suspects playlist, which is to say the podcasts I will listen to every episode as soon as they come out or as soon as I have them available, high praise there. So good work, Mobile Suit Breakdown, for getting into that bracket. I should write them a review. Really? The Heisenberg Trophy is something to give to college students. That seems unnecessarily confusing, to have Heisenberg for for college kids and then Heisman for the top. No, I'm done. All right, and off the top, there we go. I'm a plastic barber. But yeah, sports is an interesting one for me, because the other one that always gets me is pop music, because I don't do North American pop music, and well, at least I don't pay any attention to it. So anything I get from it is solely like second or third hand information, or just if I'm somehow, well, I mean, hasn't happened in the last 2 years, but if I'm out shopping without my headphones on for some reason, some music might bleed through. And so, yeah, again, things that are that people would consider to be cultural touchstones, but do not apply to everyone. And I think the assumption that they are touchstones is a dangerous thing. Especially given that we have a world where there is access to so much out there that is you don't need to pay attention to the things that don't bring you joy. And Gunhand, I6 and I16. That's a statement I might like to roll back, actually, because paying attention is different from enjoying or consuming. But I mean, even engaging is... I realize that's also, now that I think about it, a very privileged thing to say. But that's also based off of a knowledge of technology, which is also extremely privileged. So you know what? This isn't helping anyone. I16 and I6. Where's I6? I6 is over here. Good. It was just something that always struck me about the internet when I was young, when it was first being introduced and coming into wide adoption, was how, first off, how accessible or how much information outside of what was normally available to you in your vicinity, and how easy that information was to access, that allowed you to learn about new things that you didn't even know existed and that you loved. And then over time, as things started getting more broadcast at you on the internet, it was the important skill to learn and power to have was how to filter that information and keep it from, and make sure that what you were getting was what you wanted. And then, of course, the world of the algorithm and advertising as a primary form of making money on the internet kind of just ruined all that, because now it's no longer about now you'll subscribe to a bunch of people on YouTube, but you'll never get notified when they have new videos. All right. Princess Intel, I as someone who enjoyed Breaking Bad, but constantly gets confused for the main character, I sympathize a bit. Oof. Okay. Here we go. But here's the thing: we actually had the ability to subscribe to things that we only wanted to see with RSS. It was a technology. It's a technology that still exists, but that, you know, many places refuse to keep supporting. This is not Ian's whines about, I mean, this is literally Ian whines about technology he doesn't like for 3 hours sometimes, but not tonight, because we got arms to put on. Or at least a head. Oh boy. You know what? Given, let's attempt to get some head work done, and we'll see how we get as we approach the top of the hour. Oh no, rotary sorter. I absolutely agree that learning just enough about everything that's popular in your sphere to talk about it with people is a daunting challenge, but super useful. Agreed, and also is a capper to that, the full adage, what is it? Jack of all trades, but master of none is oftentimes better than a master of one, which is I highly agree with. I pride myself on being an inch deep and a mile wide, but also having those little divots of you know, 2 mile deep knowledge in certain areas. E2. Oh, shoot. You know what, actually? Let's not do this because I promised something earlier that I have not delivered on. And we're going to deal with in just a second. Friends, well, before we do that, let's, which hole does the arm go in? So we can just get some armholes in here. Ah, yes. Our very strong son is ready for their day out at the beach. All right, we need to grab a couple things from the kitchen here. This'll do. And let's get, you are our sharpest. All right, folks. Who's ready for knife time? Ow. Let's put that to the side there. No Ascender Settlementer. This is unfortunately not a well, this is not a transforming mech. It's not to say that there weren't transforming mechs in Gundam, but not this one. Friends, you'll remember that a month ago, I had made some cheddar cheese, and it has been aging in the fridge for that entire time. So let us decap the cheese and find out what that brushed on coating was, if we're going to peel it off, probably. Ooh. I mean, this has already got a smell to it that is absolutely enticing. Not sure why that was dancing around there, but let's give it a cut. So I already promised half of this wheel to someone as well. So we're just going to cut that right in half there. Okay, so we're learning something already. It could use some more time aging, but that because of the fact that we've got some crumble there. But so far, this is looking and smelling good. Boy, oh boy. Again, I'm unsure as to what this coating actually is, so I'm not going to eat it. Peel it off for the moment. Probably is food safe, to be honest, but why tempt fate? And let's, you know what, let's get a little in the mouth. Mmm. 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 Okay. You know what? a slightly bigger slice of that, because there are some flavors in here that I want to attempt to identify a bit. I'm going to try a bit of that. Oh, the coating is perfectly audible and has no... It does nothing to the flavor. Okay, so, yes, it does taste like cheese, but... Symphonica, it absolutely needs more time. This is the youngest cheddar I have had, but I am absolutely tasting the elements of the bacterial culture that went into this is absolutely doing work in terms of providing flavor. There is it's very crumbly, but it's very very young. Disrupting spectator, there is an extreme mildness to it, because it's that's because it's very young. But I can definitely taste the sharpness starting to come into existence. At the moment, I would say that I definitely need to add a lot more liquid smoke to this batch. The smoke is again just there under the surface a bit, but barely there. The whiskey, the antiphlegmatic bliss, is shining through a bit more than the smoke, but again, it is also very very unpronounced and just a barely hit. Like if I hadn't known that I had added smoke to that and whiskey, I would have thought that this is just a fine mild cheddar. So what this tells me is that I absolutely need to get another batch of this into the fridge post taste. Still really good. Good crumb to it. It's this is definitely not a wet cheese, so I think this is probably this would have aged quite well over time. So something I'm going to look forward to doing for the next batch, because apparently I've got a few more batches of cheese based on the just on the ingredients I received from that last kit. Now I need to find the kit, and hopefully I can get some. This is yeah. Now thinking about it, this was just with organic. No, not even organic. This was just regular 3% homogenized milk. If I can get the whole milk this time, I think this is absolutely going to be a better cheese in the future. But as a first batch, this is a hell of a success, to be honest. For a first time making cheese, getting something that tastes like cheese and can age like cheese, I guess, is a hell of a skill. I'm really happy. Hope Jacob's going to be happy with his half wheel as well. So that's going to do it for Tinker Tailor Solder Fry for the night. Give me 1 second here. I want to finish up these crumbs. Don't tell Corey I had a good amount of that cheese, because she's going to get some in just a minute. Well, Because here on this show we eat our successes. All right, to the booth. Excuse me. We should thank a bunch of people here because that's what we do near the end of the show. We should thank, first of all you for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me while I put together more of my Gunpla, and we'll be have fun chatting about things doing it too. Thank you to everyone who is a subscriber or a follower here of Loading Ready Run. If you like what you see, check out loadingreadyrun.com. You can put a slash and a live after that to find out all the great shows that are showing up on this channel. We got a bunch of stuff coming up here. Let me see if we can say some words here. Loadingreadyrun.com. Spell it right. loadingreadyrun.com/live. Yes, that gives you our schedule. And coming up next on the program is going to be Play It Forward, which is, of course, Adam and Wheeler playing around with the Elden Ring. Then Check Chill Point will happen in the evening, and the Friday Night Paper Fight. Magic the Gathering will round things off for our broadcast week. Oh, excuse me, got the cheese burps. At 5 p.m. Pacific. Thank you to those of you who are subscribers over at youtube.com/loadingreadyrun. You can, if you are a subscriber, you can ask questions in our monthly Askler segments. And if you're not, well, then you don't get to do that, but you still get to watch them because everything gets posted up at youtube.com/loadingreadyrun, except the streams, which all get pushed over to loadingreadyrun.com. Wait, youtube.com/loadingreadylive. That's youtube.com/loadingreadylive for all the streams, except for all the Magic streams, which live over at youtube.com/LRRMTG. It's a hierarchy. It's like when you were a kid and you're making a river strata. You've got the large rocks at the top, and then you've got some smaller pebbles, and you've got the sand and the loam, and it all filters down into Magic the Gathering. Clean, cool, underground Magic the Gathering. Patreon.com is another place you can help us out monetarily. Patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. That's who we are. Patreon.com is who they are. They take their cut and we get the rest of it. And it helps us keep the lights on. Thank you so much for that. And of course, thank you for those of you who have chosen to give us your subs and bits here on the channel while I am streaming at this very moment. We got to thank the Nerd Wonder, who has been a subscriber. Wait a minute, we should go back a little bit farther here. I think I know. Yes, it was the Nerd Wonder, who has been a subscriber for 51 months. Our Bortus Andrew for 77 months. Thank you for your continued support as well. Growl Eye the Cub is continuing their gift. Thank you for coming back and being a member. Acromonk getting the 64 months of sub in. Thank you so much for that. E-Block dropping 1,000 bits on us for their their accountancy story. Sorry to hear about that. T-Cup Cryptid subscribing for 62 months. Thank you. Maduncan, it's 1976 for 35 months. Thank you. Keldrin subscribing for 25 months of creative content. I can't give up. Thanks, Ian. Thank you for not giving up. Keep going. You can do it. Unseptium has been a subscriber for 21 months. Thank you for your continued support. Arklid for 93 months. Thank you for your subscription as well. Gotta thank Cheese, who is a subscriber now thanks to Demon Fire. And thank you to Loud Juder for 37 months. I think that's a prime. I think you're right too. Try not to find any more primes on the way out to the parking lot. And Strebanez has subscribed for 7 months. Thank you for the stream and for all the chill crafting shenanigans. The chill crafting shenanigans will continue until morale is depleted. Friends, thank you so much for joining us for Tinker Tailor Soldier Fry once again this week. Oh, we can actually partially assemble here. Look at our growing boy. He's getting so big. Thank you so much, everyone. Ever forward, learning out of spite. Good night.